I have this Welax chair here. If you're like me, you spend hours at your desk, like I do, editing, filming, streaming, just doing work, browsing Reddit. So, it's kind of important to have a chair that's pretty comfortable. Now, I had one chair that I really liked for a very long time, and it started to fall apart, and now we've moved and I need a new chair. So, trying a few chairs. You'll see them here on the channel. This one claims a one-touch precision control. We'll look at that. They have a quote-unquote 6D biomimetic armrests. I'll tell you right now, I don't actually like the armrests, but we'll get to that. And then they've got this nice suede mesh, which is German engineered. It's got a really pretty sturdy aluminum base. You can see that down there. Nice polish on it. Got a nice angle on it and everything. And then it just came with the roller wheels. I prefer the roller blade wheels, but these roller wheels are actually pretty solid. They do have rubber. There's the dual wheel, and they work out all right. They're pretty silent. They're polyurethane, I think. And yeah, it's got this weird lumbar back support. Not sure I'm a fan of that. We'll talk about that. I'm a weird size, and lumbar support's always weird to me, but I know some people swear by it. When I worked in an office, everyone had one that actually like Velcroed around their chair, and they swore by it. So that might be for you. And then it does have a headrest that changes quite a bit. But yeah, let's just go ahead and sit down. Try to take a look at it here. Oh, it's not the best for my giant love handles, but it'd help if I had the armrests the right way. There we go. So the armrests do, adjust, and that's pretty cool. Let me show you from the side there. So you get a bunch of movement there. You have to bring it all the way up to take it back down. And you can spin them around. I don't know why you'd want to, but that's an option. I will say, I wish they locked, but they don't. And then you have a little lever there for raising the chair arms up and down. Actually, that's pretty comfortable right there. For my weight, I'm about 320 pounds. I'm not sure that I'm completely sold on this type of fabric for that weight. If you were a lot lighter, this would be amazing. But I'm actually feeling the grain of it. I'm feeling like the pock marks or the holes or the wicker kind of effect, like everywhere. And with someone with some amount of sensory issues, I think that might start to get on my nerves after a while. That said, the lumbar is actually kind of comfortable. I haven't really adjusted it, but where it's at, I'm pretty pleased with that. You can move it a little. Yeah. Okay, maybe lumbar support is something for me. And then you've got the normal controls and stuff. You have this one control. If you move it forward, you can slide the chair forward. If you go back, you can lean the chair back. That'll lower and raise the thing. And then that's nice because the chair I have now that I really like that's fallen apart, it's got a lever and a lever and a lever. This is all right there. So once you get the hang of it, that's actually kind of nice. I wasn't sold on this chair when I put it together, but now that I play with it a little, lower that arm just a little. Yeah. And then if I wanted to not relax, like maybe I'm watching TV or something, then I go ahead, put it back when I want to work. Yeah. All right. This chair's pretty cool. It's got a decent amount of rotation, like minimal effort. Of course, it's new. I'm getting dizzy, so I'm going to stop that. But yeah, maybe if I lose a little weight, then I'll like this a little bit better. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at it. And I know I'm not going to use this footrest thing, but it is there. I forget how to do it. I believe it's one of the controls on here, but that will come out. Again, you've got the lumbar. Now, what I was feeling is all these little holes, like as they kind of hugged me, but that gives you tons of breathability. No one wants to sit there and sweat buckets while they're sitting at their chair. And we'll come around to the back here. And yeah, you do have some other control there. Oh, you can lock stuff in position. Free foot there. So you can go ahead and lock it if you want. And yeah, you do have quite a range of motion here on the headrest. Now, I will say when you open the box, be very careful because you don't want to cut this. Be very careful, cut it open only at the taped areas. Putting this thing together was pretty easy. You put the arms on, there's a couple of bolts and screws. I believe the headrest went on. Just a couple of bolt screw things. And then, you know, the wheels, just like normal, you put it on the base. You put the pneumatic piston down into the base, put the chair on that, do that, yada yada. Pretty good. And you could always opt to go with different wheels if you wanted. I prefer those rollerblade style wheels. When I do find the chair that I want, I have some of those wheels. And I will use those because I'm on pretty shaggy carpet in my office. And these just aren't the greatest for it. Now, if you have tile, linoleum, wood, one of those plastic mats, these wheels would be great. Just not for my use case. But yeah, that's been the Welax chair. I will have a link to this specific model in the description, so you could comment like normal. I don't know. Will this win is my choice? Not really sure, but sure is comfortable.